Did you know that you can get an instant alert when your EAS build or EAS submission is ready? In today's video, we're going to be creating a Telegram bot that is going to send me a message once my EAS build and submission is ready. But you can tweak this to use Slack, push notifications, email, or whatever you need. We're going to be setting up a webhook and also create a handler using Expo Router API. And finally, we're going to deploy our webhook using EAS hosting. So let's dive in. Okay, guys, so here's an example of what we're going to be doing. And this is how the message looks at the end of the day. This is a bot that I created previously. And it's just sending me a message once my build is ready. And also it's including links, which is great. That way I can chill out while my build is done. And once it's done, I can just click it and install it right there in my device. So I'm using here Telegram Web. And the first thing that we need to do is actually create a bot. So on Telegram, to create a bot, you can simply search for botfather, which is this bot that allows you to create more bots. So we need two things to send a Telegram message. First of all, we need a Telegram bot token and then a group ID. So this is the botfather. Let's go ahead and press on start. And the first thing that I'll do is just pass the command new bot. As you can see, this is great documentation and it's really nice that it's sending me a message right here. So I'm gonna say new bot. And this is going to ask me, okay, what bot do you want to create? So I'm going to call this one Expo Alerts. And I'll say again, Expo Alerts bot. Okay, so that name is taken. I guess I'll use Expo Webhook bots. Let's see. Okay, and that's available. So that gave me this access token that I can then use in my project. And by the way, here I have a very simple project that has some environment variables. So let's go ahead and set my new environment variable, which is going to be, in this case, Telegram bot token. And I also need a Telegram group ID. Okay, so I'm going to delete this and now I can create a new group. Let's go ahead and click on my bot, Expo Alert bot, and let's go ahead and try to add this bot. So I'm going to copy the username. Then I'm going to go to this group called Expo Alerts that I just created. Okay, so this is my bot. I'm going to add it to this group. Cool. So now I'm going to say start. Maybe I can mention my bot and then say start. I think that should do something. So now on the left, as you can see, I have this curl that should get updates for this bot, as you can see here. So from here, I think I can get the chat ID, which should be this one right here. Okay, so let's go ahead and copy this chat ID. Okay, and that was painful. Anyways, I'm going to paste this in here. Now that I have my group ID and my bot token, I can go ahead and create a function that is going to send me a message once my EAS build is ready. So inside my app, I'm going to create a new folder for my API handler. And inside this API folder, I'm going to call this one EAS webhook.ts. Okay, so in here, I'm going to paste a function that is going to send me a Telegram message. So first of all, we need to have this URL for Telegram, which is API telegram.org/bot, and then passing my Telegram bot that is inside my end local, right? And then we also have the group ID that we need to specify here for the chat ID in the body. So this is just a post request, setting the headers to be application JSON, passing the URL in here and the message. And that's it. That's basically it. So I'm going to minimize this function. So the first thing that we need to do is create a webhook with EAS. So I can say EAS in my terminal and then say webhook and then ask for help. And this is going to give me some commands that I can use. For example, list to see the list of webhooks that I have. Or I can say EAS webhook and then create. So I'm going to create a new one. And this is going to ask me, do you want to create this webhook for a build or for submitting? So in this case, I'm going to create one for build so that I get a notification once my build is done. Now we need to specify the webhook URL. We're going to be deploying this to EAS and we can update this anytime. So for now, I'm going to say HTTPS with env, which is the name of my project, /API/EAS webhook. So this is the URL that we're going to be deploying, which is this route that we're creating in here. So we can update this anytime. So I'm going to say enter. And now we need to specify a webhook secret. So for the webhook secret, that is just like a random number that it has to be at least 16 numbers. So let's go to the .env, and I'm going to create this expo webhook secret, which has these values. And just to make sure that this is going to work, I'm just going to, paste the same here so that this is a bit longer. And this is my webhook secret. So let's go ahead and copy this value and paste it in here and hit enter. And we have successfully created a webhook for an EAS build. So I can say now EAS webhook and then list. Okay, and after a moment, I get some information about this, and anytime I can come here and update this webhook, right? Using the webhook update. Cool, so that's it for my environment. I'm going to close this and let's start creating our handler. So for my handler, I'm going to have a try catch. So the first thing that we need to do is get the signature of this webhook. And to do that, I'm going to create this variable expo signature, which is getting that from the headers of the request. And then we just have simple validations that if we don't have an expo signature, just return. And if we don't have an expo webhook secret, just return. Cool, so next we get the body from the request. So I'm gonna say body equal to await request.text. After that, we validate the signature by using crypto. So that's why I'm importing crypto here at the top. And this is basically just to do some, cryptographic stuff that is going to validate the signature with my webhook secret. And this has to be equal to the expo signature that expo is going to send. This is how we can validate that this is coming from expo. And if this is not coming from expo, we are just returning invalid signature with 403. So if we pass this if statement, it means that the signature was verified successfully and we get the payload. So I want to make a quick pause in here to show you how this payload is going to look for a build. So you can see that we're going to get a bunch of information like the project name, ID, even the link for the URL, and also metadata. So you can customize this as you need. So from the payload, you can grab whatever you need and send it on the message. So after we get the payload, I'm going to create this message. So first of all, I'm just getting the build status and grabbing that from the payload.status. And then we are setting an emoji based on the status, if it was finished or errored. And then we get the message, concatenating stuff like the status and builds emoji. And then we just passing the project name, platform, and whatever you need. This is just optional. This is what I like to get. We also get the commit message, which is great. And then links for the artifacts. So all this is for my message, but once I get my message, I can just call my function send telegram message, passing the message, and yeah, that's it. So basically you can just copy paste this and update whatever you need. I'm going to leave the source code down here. So once we have this, we can deploy it. So I'm going to deploy this using EAS hosting. So first of all, I need to export this. So, and since this is going to have now API routes, the only configuration required is going to the app config. And for web, I'm going to make the output to be server, since I have API routes. So now I can export this by saying npx expo export platform web and hit enter. So this is going to export the website as well as my API routes. Oh, and I just noticed something, guys. I forgot to add the plus API to my API. So we need to add the plus API. Otherwise, there's no way to know that this is an API. So let's go ahead and export this again. And now you notice that we have this API route down here. So once I have exported this, I can deploy it by saying EAS deploy. And I want to deploy this directly to production. So I'm going to pass the prod flag. Okay, and it's asking me which preview domain do you want to use. So I'm going to use with enps, which I think is going to mess up my link that I set up for my web handler. So we're going to check that in a moment. Okay, so this is going to be my base URL. So now let's check the webhooks. So I'm going to say webhook list. Yeah, so I need to update this webhook. So I'm going to say EAS webhook update. So let's try to pass the ID in here. Okay, so now I'm going to select build And this is the current URL that we have. And in this case, the one that I want to use, it's going to be this one. So let's copy this, paste it, and then it's going to be api.eas webhook. Okay, so let's hit save. Now I need to pass the secret again. So let's go to let's grab the secret, paste it in here, and we have successfully updated the webhook. Cool, so I'm going to clear my terminal, and now this is deployed. So I guess the only thing that we're missing is triggering a build and see if we get a message. So I'm gonna say EAS build platform iOS. Let's create a new production build. Okay, so I need to sign in into my Apple developer account. And now the build is in progress. So we just need to wait and see if we get a message. Alrighty guys, and as you can see, my build is ready and I got this amazing message letting me know that my build is finished successfully, thank goodness. And I also have details about the build. So from here I can click on it. This is going to take me directly to the artifact that I can download, or just click this button and it's going to download it directly to my downloads. And that's it for this quick video, guys. If you want to learn more about React Native or master React, go to codewithbeto.dev and check out the courses. Also, you can find the source code for this project inside the projects. It's going to be here available once this video is up. I hope you liked this quick video. I definitely think having a webhook is a must-have nowadays because you cannot waste any time. Once you get the alert in your phone, you can test the application or share the link with your coworkers. So I hope you liked this video. Don't forget to give it a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.